So I am not very happy. I just spent 15 minutes recording a video to send to you guys, and it didn't save. It just stopped halfway through. And just so you know, it's 11:30 at... I'm so tired. Here's for hoping this one works. Also, I just want to show you something. I'm wearing my favorite... hair in my mouth. I'm wearing my favorite sloth PJs to really showcase what this video is all about. I want to talk about vulnerability, and I want us to all be on the same page of the next curriculum series that we are about to do as Jubilee Youth Kirkwood. And as you guessed it, it's about vulnerability. Whoa. For the next few months in youth, my hope is that all of Jubilee youth, I'm not sure what I'm saying. For the next few months of Jubilee Youth programs and events and whatnot, we are going to be going through a general series about love. Loving God, loving others, and being loved by God and being loved by others. And that's a huge topic, so I wanted to start off all of that with, I think, what is most important for our youth right now, which is to be vulnerable enough to trust the youth group and to trust God enough to be vulnerable so that we can have relationships where we can love. Because if you're not willing to open the door, I don't think you're ever going to be really able to experience that love in the fullest extent. So that's why in the next 5 weeks, I'm hoping for us to do that. Tonight is a start of it, where we're going to have a panel discussion of you, Ellie, you, Sam, you, Jen, and me are going to be leaders on a panel to answer any questions that the students have. And the reason we're doing this is so that the students know that their leaders are willing to be very vulnerable and to really set a precedent that we're setting an example to these students. Did you like the big word I used there? And we're showing them that we want to be in their lives and we want them to be in ours. And so that we're really building the foundation for what it means to trust and to be a part of this relationship. So that's why we're doing this. And I'll get to that more in a bit on how and why we should do this panel. But just to give you a broad overview of what this vulnerability series is going to look like, after this panel next week, we're going to do a interesting next step in getting the students involved to be more vulnerable with one another, with the leaders, and with God. And how we're doing this is a get to know you celebrity trivia show, where each week there is a different round for the students to answer different questions about themselves to share with the group. The first week is pretty easy questions, second week gets pretty harder, and the third week of questions gets pretty intimate, and the amount of questions they have to answer lessens each time. But we're going to make them feel all special and whatnot by having Sam or I host this game show, and we're going to invite our special guest, one of the students at a time, to answer these questions that we're all dying to hear. There's going to be their face on the TV. We're going to have little posters that say applaud and clap and stuff like that, just to make a big hype out of it, to lessen and dampen the seriousness of it by having fun, but also really caring about what the content is said. And throughout all of this, the really cool thing that's going to happen is that we're also launching a GroupMe youth group chat. That's a lot of groups. I'm such an old man with my jokes. They're not even jokes, they're just like weird comments. And in addition to the GroupMe, we're going to be having a YouTube channel, and I will be sharing videos and encouragements and devotionals and vlogs to help us as leaders and students be more present in the lives of these students. And the GroupMe is going to act as a way for us to stay in communication with the students every other day besides Tuesday and Sunday. And I have a schedule of things I'll be sharing out, such as challenges to pray that day and examples of me praying myself, or stories of me pushing into relationships when it was hard, as well as we're going to launch a Bible reading plan and a few other various things. But with all of this, it's going to be opportunities for us to come together, have conversations about our relationship with God and our relationships with one another. My eyes are burning. And really, why I'm telling you all this is because I want you to be invested in this curriculum, unlike any other curriculum we've done. And so I want to ask, like, are you willing to take this jump with me? If you really want to see change in these students' lives, having you guys be a part of this and leading by example with me, we could see amazing things happen of these students really coming to actually say, I have a place where I'm loved and that I can trust that people care about me, and then have that reflect God's love in their lives so that they can say, like, I've actually experienced this. So I'm willing to try this out with God. And through the Bible reading program, we're going to see them actually learning about God and His love for them so that they might learn to be vulnerable. And during the praying times, they're going to be sharing about their lives with God, and that's a challenge. And so with all of that, all I'm asking is if questions come up in the group chat, will you respond? When something happens in your life, are you going to share that out in the group chat as if you were just talking to some friends? And I'm also asking, like, will you join this Bible reading plan? It's only going to be a 7-day YouVersion Bible plan, so it's really easy to do. But you guys doing it with me and the students will be a way for us all to be in on this. And the more people that we can have in on it at the beginning, I think the more students that will get excited about this. So this is something that I think is really important that you join me. But with all of this, this is an invitation. I break. I'm back. You don't have to do this. This is not a requirement. You guys are volunteering. You are amazing people that I love to serve with. If you feel like you're overwhelmed with the schedule that you have currently, with your jobs, with your next big life transitions that I know you are all having, just let me know. Let's figure this out. Like, what is your capacity? What can you give? And if you can't give anything, that's totally fine. I'm willing to lead the charge, but I'm inviting you to join the charge with me.